Hey folks, I want to show you something a little bit fun that you can do with Logic Pro, where you can essentially replace any picture within Logic and you can replace it with something of your own choosing. Now there are a load of skins that you can buy to make Logic look like Ableton or Pro Tools or whatever, but these are kind of on a full scale thing. Maybe you just want to change one image, maybe you just want to change the image of a particular guitar to a guitar that you own, for example, as I did. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's super easy. You just need to make sure you cover your tracks a little bit. So first off, I'm going to go into my applications folder, get Logic Pro and control click show package contents. Now there's just a specific folder that you have to go into here to get to the right images. So we're going to go to contents and then go to frameworks. And then if you make this one slightly bigger, you want to go to MAR resources.framework, not the GarageBand one, just the plain MA resources.framework. Click on that, go to versions, and then we're going to go to the current one. This is the current version that we're using, resources. And in here, we have all the images of stuff within Logic. There's a few different places that these may be, but for this is exactly what we want. So I'm going to pick an icon that I don't really use that often, and acoustic bass is a good one just for demonstration purposes. So acoustic bass here, if we look at it there, we can see it's nice and pixelated. We can open it up and see how tiny it is because it's only tiny in the actual Logic display. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to make a copy of this, just so that we've got this should we mess anything up and want to replace it with the original one. I'm just going to option click and drag it onto my desktop just to create a backup. Then I'm going to open this one up in Photoshop, and you can use basically any kind of image editor here, but Photoshop is just kind of what I use. And you'll see it's absolutely tiny. So I'm just going to go to a picture that I've downloaded of another bass guitar, and I'm going to copy this one onto that image of the acoustic bass. Okay, so that's now over the top and beautifully pixelated. I'm going to press enter, and then I'm just going to remove the layer that's got the original bass guitar on it. So we've now just got this bass guitar, and we can just center it and just make sure it's exactly where we want it. If I press Command and S, then we're going to just save it over the original file. Remember, I've made a copy, so we're not actually destroying anything. I'm going to go to image compression, none. I don't want to compress this. I'm just going to go on OK. That's fine. This is not a Photoshop tutorial, this is just how I'm doing it. Then I'm going to load Logic up. I'm doing it with Logic closed because it's just kind of easier just to make sure nothing goes crazy. Let's create something new. It doesn't really matter what it is, just an audio track of some sort. Let's control click there and go to where the acoustic bass normally is. Hey presto, we've got a beautiful pixelated version of our guitar. So you can do this with any kind of image. You can do it with a picture of your face if you really wanted to. You can do it with a picture of the guitar that you actually own, so that the guitar that you own comes up when it's guitar that you own being played, which is kind of cool. In theory, you can do this to absolutely anything, and indeed this is kind of how those skins are made. They just go into the database of images and they can change either the path to a different image or they can replace the actual image that's there. You can do this with a load of stuff, with drum images, with the play button, with the pause button, whatever you want. You can change the faders to a picture of a middle finger if you really want to. I wouldn't do that because that's going to get confusing. Just a bit of fun showing you how you can customize stuff within Logic. It's beautifully customizable. You can just drag anything in there and it's going to work as long as it's the same file type, the same size is going to be helpful, and it's just all going to relink. I'll see you again soon. Take care.